In this video, I'm going to share with you 5 ways you have been programmed to be poor and how you can escape and break free from these trappings. Number 1, not understanding money. Now, you don't want to make the mistake of thinking money is something directly tied to the amount of time we work equals how much you're going to earn. Say you earn £15 an hour, for example, and you work 40 hours a week. That will equal £600 a week. Times that by 52 weeks in a year, that'll be about 31 grand. Times that by 33 and you're at £1 million. Or are you really at £1 million? Because on paper, it looks like you're going to be a millionaire after 33 years. But this obviously isn't including expenses, tax and inflation. So the reason why I brought this up is because when I first started in business, the first thing I did was work out my profit margin on a product, and which was £5, and then I times that by 200,000 and I'm at £1 million. And I was thinking, wow, I only have to sell 200,000 games and I'm a millionaire. Obviously, it took me way longer than 200,000 games, but nevertheless, that's how I thought. And most people will probably think when they first start to get into learning about money. But obviously, the more you learn about money, the more you realize actually there's a different game going on here, and you need to play that game if you want to be wealthy. So ultimately, what sets millionaires and billionaires apart from the rest of us is a fundamental understanding about money and how it works and how you multiply money. Ultimately, how you make money work for you. They have a different understanding of money, which is basically leverage. It's using assets that usually appreciate in value, that they can build systems as well, ultimately, so they can sleep and earn money at the same time. It's a completely different way of thinking about money compared to how we learn about money at school, for example. You don't really get taught this. So the rich people of this world know that making decent money includes leveraging assets, building systems and investing wisely so they can earn money basically when they sleep or when they're not working. But more importantly to them, if they start doing that and rinse and repeat and do it over and over and over and over, eventually they'll have that much money that they can do what they want, which is financial freedom, which is, I think, what everybody wants. And believe it or not, it can't be that hard to be financially free. It just can't if you follow the same thing that works for you over and over. It's just the knowledge. That's what you need. You need the knowledge to get there. Number 2, not understanding that debt can be good. So if the richest people of the world, and they've got loads of money, still take out loans, then why is debt so bad? Debt must be bad, mustn't it? No, it's not actually. Debt is actually good, as long as it's good debt. If debt is so bad, then why are some of the richest people in the world still taking out loans to increase the number of assets they have? Why don't you just pay for it in cash? I mean, debt can't be that bad, can it? I mean, that'd be the right thing to do, right? No, wrong. It's actually, they actually make more money getting the loan and leveraging the other money somewhere else. Now, my dad used to always say, if you can't afford it, don't buy it. Now, my dad wanted the best for me, obviously, but he probably wouldn't agree with this, what I'm saying right now, but I don't agree with that. I think if you can't afford it, you should still buy it if it's going to make you a lot of money, and you should get the loan on it if you can make more money with the money that you're getting given compared to how much interest you're paying on the loan. I'm sure my dad had the best interest at heart for me, it's just that he didn't understand money. Debt can be a fantastic way to increase your assets. Debt can be a fantastic way to build wealth in what I would call good debt. When you're taking on the debt, just consider how the money is going to be used. That's all it comes down to. When taking out the loan, you need to consider how the cash is going to be used. Now, if you can make more money by getting the loan and pay the interest on the loan and leveraging the money you've got back onto something else, then you should get the loan, because it's obvious you're going to keep making more and more money by getting loans. I mean, I know people have got hundreds of houses. They don't pay for the houses outright. They've got mortgage on every single one, because every time they're pulling out money from the property and putting it into the next one until they've literally got as many houses as they'd ever need to retire with. So yeah, all it comes down to is what will work out best for you, getting the loan or not. And in most cases, it should be getting the loan. So the example I just brought up there was property. That's another way, not the only way, but a very popular way that wealthy people do get rich, because they are investing in an asset that will also not only give them cash flow, but also appreciate over time. And it's actually something I'm doing at the moment. So maybe I'll do a video on my progress in property, further down the line. I'm quite new to it, to be honest. I've got a few properties. I'm giving it a go, and I'm having some good success, good early success doing it. So I think it's something I'll continue doing. So yeah, if you're interested at some point, let me know in the comments, and I'll do a video explaining every single property deal I've had, how much money I put in, how much money I'm getting out, and yeah, I think I'm onto something that's quite good. It's not groundbreaking, don't get me wrong, but my aim is to basically buy houses for zero, for nothing, and just have the loan on them, and that's it. But if you want to know more information about that, just let me know in the comments. I'll do a video all about it. Number 3, you're programmed at school to become workers. Quite controversial saying that, but I think a lot of people would agree. Certainly when I was younger, and even at school, I did business studies. And I remember even every class I came out of, I never actually thought, oh wow, I want to set up a business. That didn't even occur to me until much later in life, actually. But at school, it was all about playing it safe and showing studies on failures of businesses, not successful businesses. I mean, there was some successful business, but I never was inspired from those school classes to ever set up my own business. And in school in general, it was just sort of geared. I mean, where was the lesson about money at school? Not one lesson about money. That's crazy, isn't it? Like, I don't think there is lessons about money right now. Business studies is something completely different to money. Money, people need to understand money to make more money. And it's not about just setting up a business. It's just fundamental learning and understanding about money. But anyway, I don't think that is in the school curriculum. And I don't know if it ever will be, to be honest, because I'm not sure if it's in the government's best interest. I don't know. But ultimately, I do believe at school we're not brought up to be entrepreneurs, that's for sure. Yeah, never once did I come out of that class thinking I want to be successful, I want to be a millionaire. And it wasn't actually until I got deep into university when I saw a Ferrari 355. Okay, it was a material thing, but I was a young lad and I really wanted one. And that was all I needed because I did actually do the sums actually to work out how long it's going to take me to earn a Ferrari. And so it was going to be too long, because when you come out of uni, you're not on a big wage straight away, are you? So I thought, oh, how can I make this happen quicker? I know, I'll set up my own business. I'll make sure it's a success. And that was all I needed to set up my own business. I needed that drive. I needed that material thing to get me started. And after a little bit of time, when I started to achieve these material things, I realized that material things don't make you happy, which was fine. So then my goals changed. So yeah, once I started chasing a material thing, I realized the business was for me. Leave a comment, by the way, if it's been different for you. Maybe you've had a different experience. That was my experience of school. I felt like you weren't programmed to be successful at school almost. You were just taught stuff. And the game at school was to try and have a good memory, because the better memory you've got means you're going to get better results in exams. It wasn't actually how clever you were, it was just how good your memory was. Number 4, not legally reducing your tax bill. Often overlooked, because a lot of you might be in jobs and you might get taxed automatically, which is fair enough, but maybe you've got a side hustle and you don't really understand tax. For those of you who've got a business, this is definitely for you. I would arrange a meeting with a local tax advisor, accountant. Accountants normally know someone very good actually to do with tax. And I know I say that because you'll probably think, well, accountants, don't they do tax as well? Yes, but some are definitely better than others. And some usually know other people that have got way more knowledge than them at this type of stuff. So make sure you do get the right advice and use somebody, like maybe speak to multiple different amount of people actually on this. More than one person, obviously. Just get quotes off different people, but you might be able to see them for free actually. Just have a 30-minute consultation and say, this is what I'm doing right now in my life. Am I doing anything wrong here when it comes to tax? When I say wrong, could I be doing anything better? Could I be saving money here? Could I be saving money there? And you'll be amazed at what they might come up with. Like the amount of money I've saved, and I wouldn't even have a clue. And I'm not saying you need to become an amazing at tax. You just need to pay someone, ultimately, someone that is amazing at tax, someone that will come up with all these ideas that are legal to save you money ultimately. Because I think it's often overlooked and essential. It's essential, that part. You need to minimize your tax bill legally. Number 5, you're keeping up with the Joneses. Are you? Ask yourself, are you buying things or spending money on stuff you don't need? And you've got to be honest with yourself. Buying stuff you don't need to look rich or to look wealthier or even fit in with people that you don't need and you probably wouldn't have got. Social proof is nonsense. Just avoid it. And I hate to break the news to you that most people don't care about you anyway. So in your head, you might think people's thoughts about you matter, but most of them, apart from a few select people, it's not even worth considering most people's thoughts and opinions. I'll just be honest with you. But keeping up with the Joneses can really hold you back because your aim isn't to look rich, is it? Your aim is to be rich, or to be financially in a better position than you would be if you weren't spending money on nonsense. I'm talking about luxury items you don't need. Obviously, by all means, treat yourself to the odd luxury item if you really want to, but in most cases, there's so much you can avoid when it comes to spending money. Put it this way, I'd much rather not spend the money and invest the money rather than spend the money on nonsense. I have a few okay items, that's it. I'm not the best dressed person ever. I've got a watch that isn't that expensive. I've got a few suits, some t-shirts that are cheap. I don't look that bad, do I? Anyway, you get my point anyway. The aim is to be rich and it isn't to look rich. And some of the richest people in the world don't look that good, but they don't care because they know the rules. And the rules are, you need to be rich and not look rich. I need to get my words out. I'll probably say that a bit better at the end. Social proof, just avoid it. I understand there might be some pressure in society to buy the latest this or the latest that, but if you don't join in with that, you've got an advantage over everyone else. Wouldn't it be better just to be financially successful than look financially successful? So make your decisions based on your long-term strategies and your long-term goals, and not because someone that you don't really know or you don't really like has bought the latest this and you feel like you need to keep up with them. And finally, I'm going to leave you with this. Have you ever heard of the saying, money is the root of all evil? That's a saying that's lived with me for a long time. And the more I think about it, the more I think it's society wanting you to think money is evil or money is bad. It's almost like you're being programmed to not be successful or to feel bad about money or having money, or the thought of having a lot of money is really bad. I'm just going to let you think about that. Alright, thank you very much for watching the latest video. If you liked what you saw, comment below, ask me any question, I'll get back to you. I really appreciate you following the channel. If you want any videos making on any subjects, let me know and I'll give it my best shot. Okay, until next time, I'll see you later.